Alright, in this video I'm going to show you how to place a foundation or to design your foundation on your home. This is the way that you would design almost any foundation. However, we're just going with something very generic because there are so many different variations of a foundation. So we're just going to kind of go through the steps according to what we've already done in class. First thing I want you to do, if you're in my class, you probably already put a floor in on your first floor, on your first level. We're going to remove that. So we'll scan down here in our project browser to 3D, to the general 3D view, and then tilt it up. And of course you can see I've already deleted my floor. But just select your floor. You'll be able to select it by the edge and delete. Okay, this is the way that we're going to build the floor so that we get our slab to go all the way to the outside edge of the building. So going up to floor plan level 1, I am going to go to structure in the structure tab. I'm going to slide over here to slab. Okay, now when you first go into slab, there is an option that is checked right here in the blue highlighted box, and that is pick walls. We don't want to pick walls because that won't take our slab all the way to the outer edge of our wall. We want to pick lines, and that way we can pick the outside line of each wall and then just click and it will place those lines. Alright, now of course you always want to go in and check for spots like these. And we want to fix that corner just using the corner modify tool, and we have our corner fixed. Click on the check mark, and now I have a concrete slab. I'll go to 3D view and show you what that looks like. Okay, and this is a 6-inch concrete slab. I think it's like the only one that's in there right now. You might want to do 4-inch or an 8-inch or something like that. Typically it's going to be around 4 to 6 inches. Now I'm going to go back to floor level 1, and I'm going to place my floor back in here. I deleted it just a moment ago, and I'm going to create a different kind of floor. So I'm going to go to the architecture, and I'm going to go to floor. Alright, now this is the one that I created just a few minutes ago, but I'll show you how I did it. This is a 1-inch wood floor finish. I started with, I think it was this one right here, or is it wood, or you could use the 8-inch finish, would be fine too. So if I use the 8-inch finish, and then I go in here to edit type, and then I duplicate it, and I rename it. Let's say 1-inch wood flooring. Okay, now I have 1-inch wood flooring. Now I have to go in and do some editing to it. And what I'm going to do is get rid of some of this structural material. I can get rid of either one of these, the sheathing or the structure wood rafters. But I have to have one structure at least. That way the floor will act like a floor in the computer system. That structure is really going to be more or less phantom. So I have a, actually I think I want to delete this one, the plywood sheathing. Oops, I hit the wrong button. Okay, so again, delete the plywood sheathing. I'm going to change the size of the joist rafters. And again, this is just going to be a phantom layer. And I'm just going to make it 1/4 of an inch. My finish is already at 3/4 of an inch, which is typically your finish thickness. The 1/4 inch just gives me a little bit extra to play with when it comes to matching things up or what have you. So now I can click OK, and I have a 1-inch thick flooring material. And again, the structure is not real, it's just kind of imaginary. So I click OK, and then I run around and click on the walls. You do want to select walls here because this will allow for the walls to be cut, or the floors to be cut into or underneath the wall. And again, fix this corner. This one always shows up on this plan. All right, then I'm going to click the check mark and something's going to happen. So watch the screen. I get this little note down here in the bottom right hand corner. It says highlighted floors overlap. All right, remember, normally our floor, when we put in floors, it's going to default to the floor level 1. Well, guess what? So did our foundation, or that slab that I just created. So what I'm going to do, I want that flooring to sit on top of that slab. So I'll go up into the properties panel, and it says height offset from, and I'm just going to type in 1 inch because remember, that was the thickness of that floor. Make sure you type in 1 inch and not 1 foot. Okay, so now we have a slab and we have a floor. And I will show you a cutaway view here, or a section view right in here. I don't know, we'll do it right here. And you can see where I just created that slab is right here, and that floor is right here. Cuts into the wall. Now, going back to my floor level 1, there's still some more components that I need on this wall. The next component is going to be an edge, and it's kind of a monolithic edge that is unique to monolithic slab housing. So I'll go to structure, and under slab I click on the little button underneath the slab, and I get the floor slab edge. Click on that. All right, and there are some offsets I need to do here as well. Remember, my slab extended is a 6-inch thick slab, so it extends downward from the floor level 6 inches. So vertical profile offset right here, I need to make a negative 6 inches. And then I go around and click the outside wall all the way around. Now this one doesn't show you that it's doing anything. You just have to remember as you click. Well, it does show that little arrow right there when you click. Okay. Just go all the way around. Okay, and that is it. Now, to give you another view of what that looks like now, double click on the section view, and there is my edge, my slab edge. Now, a lot of times a slab can sit just like this. And now, even though there's a line right here, that's really to be poured all at once. There are so many different variations that in Revit you can just create the different parts just like this, and then of course kind of assemble them or what have you, but it's always understood. And of course you can always put a note out here to the side that all this is poured as one piece, which I'm going to do here in a little bit. But now I have the edge. And again, this foundation could pass just like it is, but depending on our soil type and the engineering data, we might need to take this wall, the stem wall here, down a little bit further. So if I want to add a stem wall, I'm going to go back to my floor plan. Okay, again, what we want to do next is we want to place our the stem wall of the foundation. We're going to use a wall just like we would use in architecture. However, we're going to use a structural wall, not an architectural wall, a structural wall. Okay, that's what we place below the grade. All right, now there's a couple of offsets we want to set here. When you first look at your base offset, it'll say a negative 20 feet. You want to change that to a negative 2 foot 6 inches because we don't want our stem wall extending 20 feet into the ground. We just want it to go a couple of feet. Sometimes we don't even want it to go that much. Then you're going to go over here and offset your top offset. That's the top of that stem wall. Right now, that stem wall would be placed right up under, right up under the foundation itself, or right up under the slab. We don't want that. We want it to be up under that edge. that we had created earlier. It's 1 foot plus 6 inches of the slab. That's 1 foot 6 inches. So we offset that top 1 foot 6 inches. So make sure, again, base offset is a negative 2.6. Top offset is 1, or actually should be a negative 1.6. Okay, so a negative 1.6 for top offset and a negative 2 foot 6 inch for base offset. And then we just draw. We draw this all the way around the house. Okay, and then we can double click on our section view here and check out our work. And there we go. The only thing we have to do is we do have to adjust that stem wall. And of course I'm going to zoom in real close here so I can get it exact. Because in all reality this will be a single poured piece of concrete from the slab, the edge, all the way down to this additional stem wall extension. Okay, so that would all be one. And just to notate that, I might want to put some text on here. Okay, I'm going to change the size of my text. Before I get started and change the size of your text, you just come in here. Mine's already set at 1/8 of an inch, which is good. Okay, and that was edit type is what I used to get there. Okay, and this will be all caps when I get done with it. And we'll put some data here. Slab equals 6 inches. Edge equals 12 inches. And stem wall equals 12 inches. Okay, so that we got 2 foot 6 inch stem wall on our foundation. And we also want this to be all caps. Move the box over here a little bit. And of course we also want a leader pointing to that, so we're going to use, whoops, select that and select our leader style here, curve to the right, take our leader and stick it right in there where you can definitely see the arrow at the end. And they'll know what we're talking about. So that's it.